Ooh-wee mama. It's a hot day. Now, today's the kind of day where you want to have a little air conditioning unit tucked away in your cabin to bring that crazy heat down. Guess what? That's exactly what we're doing today, and we're going to do it with a power station, because we're going to end this little debate about whether you can or can't or should or shouldn't use a power station like the EcoFlow or a Blue Eddy or whatever you have to power a small little wall unit air conditioner. Last year, I made a really quick video showing that yes, you can run an air conditioner from a portable power station. I've been getting a lot of comments on that video lately. Some people say that you can only run an air conditioner with a power station for 4 hours. Well, today we're going to put that one to the test. But I also want to talk about whether this is actually a practical way to cool a cabin, RV, a van, or even part of your home during a power outage. Because the answer isn't quite as simple as you might think. We're going to keep this super simple, guys. The biggest question was, well, how long can you run an air conditioner for? 2 minutes and then it's going to cook your power generator? We're going to plug that in, see how long it actually runs for. But I can tell you, in the right circumstances, a power station can be your best friend. In the wrong circumstances, or if you're overthinking or overestimating things, it can be a total disaster and you might be completely disappointed by this. Hello, little cabin. Hey, Bob. Oh, hello there, my darling. Here's the setup. I've got the 5000 BTU air conditioner and the Delta 2 Maxes starting with a full charge. Okay guys, let's make sure we got a full tank of gas here. 98%. Close enough for rock and roll. Let's do this. Okay, let's turn this bad boy on. There's just the fan. Turn it up to the air conditioner there. Now, it is a monster of a day, so let's turn this up. I'm gonna crank it up to 5.5. Well, let's go to 6. We want to do sort of a real world test here, eh? So we'll go to 6. It is on the lower setting of the air conditioner. That's all I need because it is a very small space in here. All right, now let's check in on the EcoFlow here. See what it's doing. Handling it no problem, of course. And there we go. The air conditioner is running, the power station is showing us the actual load, and now we wait. While this thing is running, let's talk about why you might actually want to do this. Hot tamales, eh, buddy? For me, I don't necessarily need to cool my cabin all day. Sometimes I just want to knock down the heat and humidity before I go to bed. I can run the air conditioner for an hour, maybe an hour and a half, cool a place down, pull some moisture out of the air, and then turn it off. For that kind of use, a power station makes a lot of sense. You don't have to listen to a gas generator running outside all night. There's no gasoline sitting around, there's no exhaust, and you can use the power station indoors. Here is the reality check. A power station doesn't create electricity, it stores electricity. With a generator, when you run out of fuel, you add more fuel to keep going. With a power station, once that battery is empty, you're done. Unless you have a way to recharge it. And this is where things get interesting. Do a quick temperature check here. Looks like we are at a very pleasant 21 degrees. And the biggest thing is that it's removed all of the humidity out of the cabin, so quite reasonable. If you're thinking, I'm going to buy a power station and run my air conditioner all day during a 3-day power outage, that's where you need to manage your expectations. Even though this is a 2048 watt-hour battery, you're not going to get all of those watt hours delivered directly to the air conditioner. There are losses involved. The inverter has to convert the battery's DC power into AC power, and then the air conditioner itself isn't perfectly efficient either. So the actual runtime was going to be less than the simple math would suggest. And that's exactly why I wanted to do a real-world test here. The doctor is in. Now, let's talk about the really important question here. How do you recharge it? Solar is one option. The Delta 2 Max can accept up to 1,000 watts of solar input. So if you've got enough solar panels and good sunlight, you can put energy back into the battery when you're using it. But here is the reality of solar. You don't get the rated wattage of your panels all day long. Clouds, shade, the angle of the sun, heat, time of the day, the season will all affect how much power you're actually producing. So I wouldn't look at a 1,000-watt solar setup and assume you're going to be getting 1,000 watts continuously, because you're not. Solar is excellent for extending your runtime, but it is not the magic bullet. If the power goes out and you absolutely need air conditioning for a few hours or even a couple of days, a generator gives you a much more sustainable way to do it. You can run the generator, recharge your power station, shut the generator off, and then use the battery to run the air conditioner quietly for a while, right? Now, of course, generators need to be operated safely outdoors and away from windows and doors and vents because of carbon monoxide. But as a backup strategy, a generator and a battery power station can actually make the perfect combination. What on earth is that? Got a new toy we're playing with, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. We'll see that in the next little while on the channel. Okay. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, Bob, you're a Jamaican. How are you handling all of this cold? Okay, it's about 2 hours later. Still chugging away. And we're at about 48%. And right now it's drawing 386 watts. Now, if I had that on the high setting, I could certainly cool this cabin down to 15 degrees, no problem. I don't like to freeze. It is summertime. Now, another thing you should note is that the wattage bounces around a little bit. So right now it's only drawing 43 watts, and that's because it's a variable temperature on the air conditioner. So once it gets to temperature, it drops off and just blows the fan. Okay, there is another option people sometimes overlook. You can also build a system around a larger 12-volt battery and an inverter. But again, the battery capacity and inverter size matter. A 12-volt battery that sounds huge on paper and looks huge on your picnic table can actually contain less energy than a 2 kilowatt-hour class power station like the EcoFlow. And the inverter also needs to be capable of handling the air conditioner's startup demands, that higher surge. So this isn't simply a matter of getting a big battery and plugging an inverter into it. You also have to size the whole system properly. So I think for most people who want something simple and portable, a power station is much easier. It is time to put the safety glasses on and open this box up. Dude, this is not that kind of channel. He's actually totally right. Woo, there you go. It is done. Thank you, air conditioner. How you feeling, Bob? Cool? Now, oops, the tally here. After running continuously, the air conditioner ran for approximately 4.5 hours. And honestly, that's pretty much what I expected. It's a little bit longer than I thought. But here is the important thing. Keep in mind that this is one particular air conditioner running from one particular power station under these particular conditions. Change the air conditioner, change the temperature, change the humidity, change the power load, and your results can and probably will be a little bit different. Can somebody else's setup run for 2 hours? Absolutely. Could someone else's run for 6 hours? Yeah, possibly. But 2 minutes and then I'm going to fry my power station? No. Unless we're talking about my attention span when somebody tells me something like that in the comment section. Ah! I think the bigger lesson here is that a power station isn't necessarily a replacement for a generator. It's not. It's a different tool. If I want to cool my cabin for an hour or so before bed, or keep a small space comfortable during a short power outage, a power station can be a great tool. So don't just ask, can a power station run an air conditioner? Ask the better question, how much power does my air conditioner use? How much energy does my battery store? And how am I going to recharge it? And that's what determines how long you're actually going to stay cool.
Hey guys, welcome to Camping with Steve. I built a secret fort underneath of a highway.
Give me a thumbs up if you found this was helpful, and let me know how you're staying cool this summer and if you're using a power station to run an air conditioner or if you're thinking about it. Happy off-gridding, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.